Little people, big world. Is Amy still in love with her ex Matt? He's engaged to Caryn Chandler.Dear loves, welcome to TLC Drama. Please do subscribe my YouTube channel. Little people, big world star. Amy Roloff's dealt with so much hardship in her life, including a shocking divorce from Matt Roloff, and it's possible that she's still pining for her ex. While Amy's moved on with Chrish, she clearly deals with emotional turmoil while interacting with Matt and his new fiancée, Caryn Chandler. Matt broke Amy's heart. Did it ever really heal? She wanted to be his wife forever. Now she's got a new man, but the past casts a long, dark shadow. Amy may still be hurting and wishing that her life had turned out differently. She may blame Caryn for ruining it. Season 25 star Amy hasn't had the easiest life, and if she feels bitter and jealous sometimes, that's only fair. However, on screen, Matt's engagement with Caryn may be hurting her more than it should. Amy married Chrish on August 28, 2021, and it seems like she should be over Matt. However, she's clearly extremely uncomfortable while interacting with Caryn. Matt and Amy's relationship seemed shady at the start, and Amy's obviously haunted by that. Amy really loved Matt and wanted to be with him forever. Caryn tore her whole life apart. During the Little People Big World Season 25 premiere, the trailers shown above, as per TLC at YouTube, Zach Roloff had a terrible health crisis that was hard to watch. His excruciating headache was a sign of a deeper problem. He needed surgery as the shunt implanted in his head, which was meant to relieve pressure, wasn't working properly. However, there was more drama. Matt decided to propose to Caryn, and as Amy absorbed that news, he and Caryn told her that they planned to leave her whatever share of the farm they owned when they passed away. To Caryn. That must require so much effort, as she surely feels like Caryn betrayed her. Caryn was an employee at Roloff Farms when she became involved with Matt. Amy reportedly found racy texts between the two, including naughty photos, which greatly upset her. It was also nasty and hurtful. Clearly, Matt fell head over heels in love with Caryn, and that was the reason why Amy's marriage with Matt, which had lasted for 28 years, ended in 2015. Amy quote, "S a good woman, but she'd have to be a saint not to resent and probably secretly hate Caryn." The other woman wreaked havoc. Amy's admitted she'll never be friends with Caryn. However, Matt's the prime mover here. He was the one who was in a marriage with Amy. Nonetheless, Caryn was fully aware of Matt's marital status. Therefore, both are to blame. People fall in love, things happen, and sometimes falling in love can be very destructive. Matt's love for Caryn, whose intentions are often questioned, meant that Amy's marriage was destroyed. Of course, Matt shouldn't stay in a marriage with a woman he doesn't love, particularly when he's in love with another woman. However, what Matt and Caryn did to Amy was brutal. Imagine how Amy must have felt when she found those secret messages. The pain must have been unbearable. Amy's had to face some hard truths about Matt, unfortunately. She also has to deal with Caryn sometimes. Life would probably be more pleasant if Amy didn't have to be polite to Matt's partner. Amy bravely does what she has to do, mostly for the sake of her children. A part of Amy may still love Matt, but she had enough courage to move on. Amy is very strong. It's inspiring how she's achieved so much despite a host of challenges, including dwarfism. Society isn't always kind to little people. Nonetheless, Amy got a business degree. Amy helped Matt with Roloff Farms for years, working hard to please a man who was often irritable and difficult. In Matt's defense, he has lived with pain his whole life. His form of dwarfism brings more health issues than Amy's. Chronic pain will negatively impact a person's mood. It's a lot to live with. Amy, whose pumpkin salsa is a hit, is an amazing cook and a caring mother. She was a loving wife. She met Matt at a conference for little people. They married the same year. To Amy, that must have felt like a fairy tale. The down-to-earth Virgo, Amy, may not have been romantic enough for Libra Matt, as he developed a wandering eye. Perhaps Matt and Amy just weren't compatible. However, Amy didn't know that Matt was so unhappy. She was blindsided. While Amy seems grouchy and bossy sometimes, when all the stress and pain she's endured are considered, she's actually very gentle. There's something noble about the way she's trying to deal with all of this. Perhaps Matt and Amy don't deserve Amy's kindness. They may not appreciate everything that's beautiful about her. Hopefully, little people, Big World's Chrish does, and viewers do. Matt and Caryn may not even be telling the truth about their plans to leave the farm to Amy. Matt once told his sons that they would be allowed to take over the farm someday. Instead, Matt sold them out. He could do the same thing to Amy. Matt and Amy's marriage wasn't perfect before Caryn came in and drilled the final nail in the coffin. They already had problems, which made Matt more susceptible to an affair. Matt seemed to cut Amy down a lot. It's like he didn't truly respect his wife, who's the mother of his children. However, there's no good reason not to respect Amy. Amy, quote, is not a bad person. Amy tried to make Matt happy and be a good mother. She's still doing those things. She's attempting to be cordial with Caryn, which must be rough. She was there for Zach during his recent health crisis. Matt wasn't there. Amy, quote, the one who keeps the peace. Matt's more warlike. He's happy with Caryn, but maybe he should be more wary. Amy should probably be wary too. Both of these little people have ended up with typically sized adults who fell in love with them after they became famous. It's possible that Amy and Matt are being used. Amy and Matt have celebrity, clout, and money. When Amy and Matt fell in love, perhaps it was more honest and real. Someday Matt may regret believing in Caryn so much and leaving Amy. Another scenario is that he'll be happy in a relationship that's secretly transactional. Do these regular-sized people really love their little people partners? They could, but because there's so much suspicion about their motives, it's possible that they don't. They may be able to fake it over the long term for personal gain. They could be fond of their partners, but not deeply in love. There are all kinds of possibilities beyond these two people, Caryn and Chrish, truly adoring their significant others. When Amy invented a pumpkin salsa recipe, which they went on to sell as one of the farm's offerings, Matt attempted to take credit for the idea. A man who loved his wife probably wouldn't do that. Why Matt felt compelled to claim the credit for his wife's ingenuity is anyone's guess. Maybe he feels threatened when other people achieve. The pumpkin salsa drama was a very bad sign and a red flag. Today, Amy's cooking skills have helped to keep her in the public eye. She has her own recipe book. So Amy was able, once again, to move past Matt's negativity and hindering. On another occasion, during a getaway at a dude ranch, Matt felt that Amy dropped the ball by choosing that destination, so he left early and hurt his wife in the process. Yes, the dude ranch might not have been the right choice for him. He felt that his mobility problems made having a good time there impossible, and he was probably right about that. However, he didn't really care how Amy felt. He was quite selfish, and he's often quite selfish. That's why Matt's feuding with Zach. His son feels like he burned him over the farm sale. So, Amy seemed to lose a man who didn't really love her. That's not as great a loss as it seems. However, she had kids with this man and spent decades with him. Of course, she'd believed that he loved her. Why wouldn't she? Coming to terms with the fact that Matt just wanted to be free of her must have hurt terribly, and it still stings her. Maybe Matt changed. Or perhaps he was never totally in love with Amy. Maybe he was always playing a part, like one of those creepy men in those dramas about secret and shocking infidelity. The problem is that Amy remembers Matt when he was sweet. That's what she misses. She may always miss it. Matt appears wholesome, but he has made serious mistakes in the past. A lot of people might not realize that Matt was once addicted to cocaine. Lots of people live with addiction. Luckily, the often condescending Matt was able to stop using the drug. However, his former cocaine dependency shows a risk-taking side. He was also arrested once for allegedly driving under the influence of alcohol. Possibly. Matt's bad boy characteristics actually appealed to Amy. Plenty of women enjoy being around ultra-confident men who do bad things. For example, some women send letters to prisoners who've been convicted of terrible crimes. While it's possible that Matt's bad boy traits aren't why she misses him, there's always the chance that Matt provided the kind of excitement that she secretly craves. Amy looks sad when she's with Matt and Caryn. That's undeniable. Her stress is right there on the surface. Amy's admitted that the interactions are painful and awkward. It's like an endless war that she needs to fight. If she still loves Matt, it must be psychological torture. Maybe Matt isn't noticing these signals. It's possible that he can feel his ex-wife's torment. That might be why he offered to leave the farm to her. Amy can love Chrish and still love Matt. People are complicated. While Chrish may be a great partner who makes Amy feel safe and loved, she's going to look back sometimes. Of course, she'll compare her current partner with her ex. Secretly, Amy may feel like what she had with Matt was more meaningful. Right now, on screen in Little People, Big World Season 25, Matt's building his dream home with Caryn. It looks like it'll be a gorgeous rancher without stairs. It's the perfect home for a little person. However, he'll never share it with another little person, Amy. Instead, Matt will share it with a woman of typical size. All of these milestones in Matt's life that Amy can't share with him must make her wonder, what if? If Caryn hadn't worked at Roloff Farms, would that home be Matt and Amy's? It's a lot to process. Little People Big World will give viewers more insight into the family dynamics currently at play and how they might affect Matt and Caryn's relationship going forward. Amy Roloff from Little People Big World is sharing how sad she is that her ex-husband Matt Roloff and their sons, Jeremy and Zach Roloff, are still feuding. For months, the entire Roloff family has been enveloped in the feud between father and sons after Matt refused to sell the farm. Amy had hoped that the tiff would be fixed, but at this point that would take a miracle. At the end of the last season of Little People Big World, viewers learned that Zach had tried to sit down and have a conversation with his father about purchasing Amy's old half of the farm. Along for the ride were Matt's girlfriend, Caryn Chandler, and Zach's wife, Tori Roloff, just in case their partners needed support. Zach revealed his father wanted way more than the farm was worth, with Matt arguing his son lowballed him. It was reported that Caryn stuck her nose in the family business and caused a major argument between the four. In the end, Zach and Tori left so upset they chose to move an hour down the road to Battleground, Washington. Amy spoke to her husband, Chrish, during a Little People Big World episode last month regarding her wishes for the new year and her family's fragile relationships. Amy told Chrish that she still has mixed feelings about Matt's decision to hold on to the farm. Amy expressed her sadness about how her children were hurting. While Amy revealed she and Chrish would lend a hand for the upcoming pumpkin season, she was well aware her children probably would not attend the festivities. Amy shared some of her children's personal feelings about the farm with the TLC cameras. Amy shared that while Roloff Farms will always be a family farm, she could understand why Zach and Jeremy want to stay away from the farm for a while. Amy explained that Zach doesn't consider it their farm anymore. With all the changes going on in the family, Amy is hoping that time will be a great healer, but revealed at that point, the farm was completely Matt's. While Chrish was keeping the hope alive, Amy made it quite clear that the family is still divided. Many Little People Big World fans have blamed Caryn for breaking up the family, but others pointed out how stubborn Matt is known to be. Zach and Tori seem happy with their decision to walk away from Roloff Farms. The couple is now raising their 3 children away from the drama. As for Jeremy, he and his wife Audrey Roloff bought a farm only 8 minutes away from his childhood home, similar to what he had growing up. Fans keeping up with Little People Big World Season 24 know all about the Roloff Farms drama. Matt Roloff put 16 acres of Roloff Farms up for sale, much to the dismay of the rest of the Roloff family. During the season, he told a friend that he never expected to own Roloff Farms forever. Here's what he said. Matt Roloff mentioned putting Roloff Farms up for sale during Little People Big World Season 23. Now, in Season 24, Matt took the plunge. After failing to sell Amy Roloff's side of the property to either Zach or Jeremy Roloff, Matt announced that he put 16 acres of the farm property up for sale to the general public. In Season 24, he alluded that the realtor didn't think it would be a simple sell. "I get daily updates and lots of interest," Matt said. "From what I heard from the realtor, it's better than she expected considering the price point that we're at." More recently, Matt had a change of heart. He posted to Instagram in October 2022 that his new plan is to make Roloff Farms a rental unit for those hoping to stay there temporarily. Several interested parties talked about many different business ventures, such as purchasing the small farm with the big house to use it as a short-term rental, think Airbnb, he wrote. "I have decided to pull the small farm off the open market and partner with @rip_vacations and open the Roloff Farms to everyone and anyone who wants to spend a few nights in the Roloff family home." While Little People Big World fans don't want to see Roloff Farms leave the Roloff family. Matt Roloff never intended to keep the farm property forever. While speaking to a friend during bowling, Matt admitted that he always wanted to own the farm temporarily. When I bought the farm, I said to myself, hey, this is just temporary, Matt said. To me, it's just, okay, so it took 30 years, but I'm not feeling quite as sad. I think I'm feeling more sense of relief. While talking to the cameras, Matt noted he considered letting go of Roloff Farms years before he actually put the property on the market. I think Amy did too, he added. Matt then noted that he hopes his kids can look back on the farm and think about the good memories instead of focusing on the drama. Matt Roloff mentioned in Little People Big World Season 24